We are producing a lot of spodumene concentrate, and 40,000 tonne at the moment. In ballpark figures, that's equivalent to 4 months basic export of what we expect to achieve each month.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. I'm joined by Kodal Minerals CEO Bernard Aylward. Bernard, very good to speak with you. You've reached another milestone with the formal offtake agreement with Hainan Mining. How will the pricing mechanism translate into revenue certainty and cash flow over the next 4 years?
Yeah, Stephen, look, good morning, and good morning to all the viewers. It really is another milestone for us, and we've been happy to report these steps as we've gone about the development of Bougouni with our partner Hainan Mining. And this is another case now where we're working together. Hainan, as we said right from the introduction of them as a partner, have had a long-term plan and focus on lithium, and part of their interest in us was to secure this offtake agreement and to secure 100% of the product from the DMS, which the initial investment obviously funded that development. And what it means for us as an operation, Stephen, is part of the agreement is, of course, we get paid on the material being loaded onto the ship. So every month we get 95% of the full value of that cargo immediately. That obviously supports our operation. But as well as you raised the point, the market generates a price for us. And while at the moment we're in a bit of a low price environment, obviously there is the expectation, and what we're seeing with the uptake of vehicles, the becoming shortage of supply indicates to us that over the next 6 months to a year, we're looking at an increasing price environment, and that will work to our advantage as well.
And of course, you're going to use some of the revenue from this to support stage 2 of the project at Bougouni.
Yeah, look, what we really think is going to happen there, Stephen, is that the revenue from stage 1 reimburses the shareholder loans that us and Hainan have put down for the development of the operation. We recover all our funds. We put funds aside for supporting stage 2 development. But importantly, this offtake agreement just relates to the product from the DMS plant. We reserve the right to secure an additional offtake or an additional offtake partner, or secure an agreement to fund part of stage 2 to obtain those offtake rights for the stage 2. So another key point for us, just indicating that support for the longer term development, the support for the operation from both Hainan and what we expect to be a growing market for our product.
The DMS plant's already produced over 40,000 tonnes, Bernard. How confident are you of getting to that 120,000 tonne nameplate capacity?
Look, we're very confident with the way we're seeing the plant operate. Like everything, there's a few issues we'd like to see some improvement on, and they're kind of things that crop up as the plant operates, and we'd like to see a little bit more steady grade coming out of the DMS units. Basically, that's a function of controlling the density in the units. We're looking at slight improvements on the crushing and the screen, some kind of technical things that will add overall to a better product for us and a better throughput through the plant. So we're not declaring nameplate yet, other than to say the plant is running really well. We are producing a lot of spodumene concentrate, and 40,000 tonne at the moment. In ballpark figures, that's equivalent to 4 months basic export of what we expect to achieve each month. So we're fairly well ahead of the game. Obviously, the key thing for us is to finish the discussions with the Mali government, secure the export permit, and actually start delivering the product to port to sell.
And Bernard, what should investors then be looking out for in the months ahead?
Well, look, I guess the key thing, and just as I touched on, securing that export permit, and we are working very closely with the government on that. We hope to have news shortly. We expect that will lead to obviously first revenue from the sale of the product. But in addition, it is that work we've been doing to finalise the resource or the drilling at Boumou, for example, as well as reviewing our other prospects to make sure we complete a serious resource estimate update that will underpin the feasibility study for stage 2. So a lot of activity going on site, a lot of positives to come. Very exciting time still for us at Bougouni.
Bernard, I hope you'll continue to keep us posted on your progress. Thank you very much for the update today.
No problem, Stephen. Thanks very much for having me.
Very welcome. Bernard Aylward, the CEO of Kodal Minerals.